Yo, what is up, everybody? How's it going? It's your boy Prince, and welcome back to another new video on the channel. As you guys know, we are still kind of doing this weird little video idea pick thing going on with this cup, where we just put a bunch of ideas in the cup and choose a random one. The video idea that we stumbled upon today was my top 5 favorite ways to smoke, but honestly, I'm not a big fan of how that sounds, so we're just going to change this into the top 5 ways to smoke. Um, in my opinion, especially if you're starting off smoking or it's your first time or your first couple times, you don't want to send it into something like this, even though this one's fucking filthy. You don't want to send it into something like this because it's probably not going to give you the best experience smoking. It's going to be harsher on your throat. It's going to be harsher on the high in general because it's more of a smoke condensement that you're getting in one. Like when you take a puff of something like a blunt or a joint or a spliff or whatever the fuck you want to call it, it's just a nice, it's a nice hit. But when you're hitting a bowl or you're hitting a bong or something, you're gonna have some problems. The problem, starting off at number 5 with the fifth, probably the worst way to smoke in my opinion. Some people this is their number 1. Some people this is their favorite way to smoke. And if that's you, good for you. I don't see how you do it, because the thing here is there's no water. It's just straight burning of the cannabis straight to the tube or chamber, where you want to say it all smokes up, because you hold your finger on the back hole here, and then it all instantly straight to your throat. This burns your throat a lot. It honestly doesn't taste as good. If you're more of a person that uses cannabis, that wants to taste the weed, know something about the weed, you're more gonna lean into what one of my favorite ways to smoke is, which we'll get into that more. But this is not the way. This is the way for the people that just want to smoke, get high. That's it. That's all you want to do. You just want to get the sedative or the relaxation feeling of the cannabis, and you're good. You're good. Now, me personally, it's not my favorite way to smoke. Coming in at number 4, which a lot of people, especially if you followed my page for a little bit, you've seen the Smoke of Prince videos. You see, 9 times out of 10, when it is the Smoke of Prince videos, it is a bong or something of a water pipe for YouTube fucking services. But we already know we're not getting monetized, so might as well just keep saying the legal shit. But it is a bong, and the problem with bongs is they're expensive, they're not reliable. It's more for the person that wants to get deeper into the smoking. A lot of people transition from bongs. When they go from bongs, they're like, alright, cool. Then they'll go to more things such as dab rigs or pins or stuff like that, just because, if, in my honest opinion, if you want to raise your tolerance high in a quick amount of time, you don't just smoke blunts. You're hitting pins, you're hitting bowls, you're hitting bongs, you're hitting anything, because you're raising the fuck out of your tolerance. Now, if you start off, you've been in it for a couple months, you've been smoking a couple months, and all you really do is smoke blunts, joints, and stuff, your tolerance isn't gonna get that high, but after a while, it'll eventually build up. But with a bong, if you're smoking bong rips every fucking day, like you're packing a 1.5 into a bowl, you're soloing that, you're good for a little bit, you just keep doing that over the hours, especially if you smoke like I do, your tolerance is going to build way too fucking fast. Now, when it comes into number 3, this is where it gets hard, because there's only a couple more ways that you can smoke weed. But honestly, if I had to give a number 3 spot, it would have to be like a one hitter, honestly, because they're convenient, um, they're good. They're kind of like a bowl. If you guys don't know what a one hitter is, it's kind of like a bowl. You pack enough weed for literally one hit, light it straight down the fucking pipe. If I had to give another number 3 contestant, it would be a glass blunt. I don't know if you guys have ever had that. But Ooze, if you guys don't know what Ooze is, they make pins for carts. If I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all know the brand Ooze, but if you don't, that's what they do. But they also have this glass blunt thing, and it's about this long, and you pack your weed into it, and then it's got a stem that pushes out, and you just hit it. It's like this long at start, and then you smoke the weed, and you push the ash out, and it's just basically like a disposable blunt case. It looks weird, very cool. You can pack a shit ton of weed in it. Very fun. If I had to give a number 2 spot, it would have to go to a blunt. And the only reason, because I know a lot of you guys are probably in the comments, what are you talking about? Blunts are my favorite way to smoke. How are you not liking blunts? Don't get me wrong. Blunts are majority what I smoke. But when it comes to just my favorite way to smoke, it has to be number one's always going to be a joint. And I'll get into that in a minute. But with a blunt, you're not really, when people are like, man, I just want a blunt, you're not really wanting the weed, you're not really wanting the blunt. You're also getting that nicotine and that tobacco taste off of the cigar. So that's why I really am not a big fan of them. They also have a tendency to be stale, be old, they can even carry mold on the inside. So it's not really my favorite way to smoke just off the health reasons alone. Now, if somebody comes up to me and they're like, hey man, I got this fat ass blunt, you wanna smoke it? Fuck yeah, I'm gonna smoke it. But if somebody comes up to me and goes, hey man, I got this fat ass blunt or this fat ass joint, which one do you want? I'm taking the fucking joint. Or not even joint in per se, but cone. Like especially raw cones, OCB cones. I don't know if you guys ever had it. There's this brand called what the fuck? It's like Virgin Island or some shit, and it's got a pirate on the tip, and it's just very nice. Um, there's also different ways besides when it comes to cones and joints. There's I don't know if you guys ever had. Oh, what the fuck are those called? They're like king palms or palm kings, something of that fucking sense. And it looks like a leaf, honestly. It looks like somebody went outside, got a leaf, rolled it, and then it's got this filter, and you just pack it with weed, burns slow as shit. In my opinion, a joint not only lets you taste the weed, it lets you figure out the actual terpenes of the weed. You can pack more in a joint, in a king size cone, than you can a regular blunt, in my opinion, because it's grinded up. It's you get to taste the actual richness of the weed. See, when you take a blunt, especially for people that roll their blunts, they just break it up into, say, we'll say nugs like that big or some shit, where you can pinch it still. You're not really getting all of the richments of the bud. You're not getting everything that the bud people that made it, or the bud tenderizers, whatever the fuck they're called, you're not getting what they intended you to get, because you're burning the nug straight. Instead of breaking it down, getting all the terpenes, you're just burning it straight through. And honestly, it's gonna get you high, but I promise you, when it comes to bowls, bongs, blunts, joints, no matter what, if you grind the weed up more, as long as it's not to a powder consistency, you're gonna taste the weed more, you're gonna feel the better enrichments. And the only reason I'm saying enrichments, guys, is because I believe that there are things that weed makes you feel that isn't just a high and a sedative mindset. I believe that it gives you creativity in almost a way. And if you're just sitting there smoking, facing these fucking giant ass blunts, you're not managing your weed consumption. You're not managing the fact that your cannabinoid receptors are opening up way at a faster rate than they should. Now, when it comes to dabbing or concentrate or wax or anything like that, I can't really speak on that much. As I go for the rest of my life and eventually endeavor in that, then I can speak on that and I can have videos on that. And if you guys would like to see that, then let me know. I'm definitely down to do as dope as Yola did, or as many YouTubers that make weed videos before me have came. Custom Girl 420 has done it. Fucking Koala. I don't know if you guys have ever watched her. The one bitch that sits in her fucking garage. There's the two, I think they're called the Paludes, bros or something. It's the two black dudes. They sit in their car and hotbox all the time. Custom Grow's an old one. Dope as Yola is kind of newer. They've all done something that I'm yet to do, but I'm very excited to do it and I want to do it. It's the 1 gram dab challenge. So if you guys would like to see that in the future, let me know down below. I also noticed we've reached the 10-minute mark, and you guys know YouTube. So if I keep going past this, they're not gonna fucking suggest my video ever. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, god damn, click that fucking like button down below. Drop the fucking sub. If you don't, I'm not gonna lie to you, your mother's a whore. I don't make the rules, that's just what they are. Click that post notification bell, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, follow the fucking social medias. So yeah, it's been Prince, and hope you guys enjoyed. Girlfriend. You know, if we ever broke up, I've got a lot of videos that can't stay on my YouTube channel. But yeah, peace the fuck out.